Good morning, all of you. Welcome back once again. Today we are going to start a new chapter of second semester, that is your lesson 6. Decision control structure. This is the name of the chapter, decision control structure. Very important chapter, and when we complete this chapter, we are fully ready that we can do any type of program. We can do any type of program. See, in the previous class, whatever the program we have done, they were straight and forward. Okay, just we are taking the value and we are doing some operation, we are doing some calculation, that much only, and displaying the result on the screen. But in real life, it is not possible that every time you will get a straight and forward situation only. There are situation comes in our life where we take decision, where we decide something, what to do, depending upon condition. Is it clear? The same way in the program also, we put conditions. We decide what action I have to do. Okay. Let us take a simple example. Simple example. If I say get a number from the user and check whether that number is positive or negative. Simply by taking that number from the user, immediately you can say it is a positive number or it is a negative number. No. Somewhere in the program, I will check whether that input number is more than 0 or not. If it is 0, then only I will say it is a positive number, otherwise it is a negative number. So this is the situation. This is, you cannot say straight and forward by just taking a number and you can say immediately it is a positive number or it is a negative number. No, I need to check. I have to check that number. Okay. So this is the situation comes in the program. So in order to handle such circumstances, such a situation in the program, so Java has provided decision control structure. Okay, so that situation we are going to handle, okay, with the help of decision control structure. Okay, and it is also called conditional control structure. It is also known as conditional control structure. Okay, have you understand what is the meaning of decision control structure? What we are going to learn in this program? We are going to learn in this program that how we can take a decision, in our program. Okay, it is also known as conditional control structure. Now, conditional control, see, control means we are going to put some control. On the basis of condition. Okay, that is the meaning of conditional control structure. Conditional control structure can be categorized into two categories. One is called selection control structure, and another one is called looping control structure. Okay, there is a two way to control. Okay, one is called selection control structure and another is called looping control structure. Okay, in this structure, in this topic, we are going to discuss about if statement, selection, which action I have to do, means I have to select at what operation you want to do. For that, Java has provided certain statement through which you can take decision. What is that statement? One is if statement, which comes under this heading only, selection control structure. If statement, if else statement, if else if statement, fourth last, switch case statement. These are the four statement available in Java for decision making statement, for decision making statement. By the use of statement, by the use of if statement, by use of if else statement, I am going to take decision. In the program. What I have to do, what I am going to do, what I want to do, that decision I will take in my program. Okay. So I have given just example also, simple example also, that take a number from the user and check whether it is a positive or negative. So I will put condition here. I will take decision here that whether that number is more than 0. If it is 0, then I will say it is a positive number, otherwise it is a negative number. Okay. So whenever we feel that here I have to put condition and here I have to take decision, so we will take the help of these statements. We are going to take the help of these statements which has been provided by Java. That is, first one is your if statement, second one is your if else statement, and the third one is your if else if statement, and the last one is your switch case statement. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. What is the meaning of if statement? What is the meaning of if else statement? What is the meaning of if else if statement? And how we are going to write these statement in Java. Okay, so let us I am talking about syntax. And at the same time we will understand that situation also, when we can use if statement, and when we can use if else statement, and when we have to use if else if statement, when we have to use switch case statement. All these things are there. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. Looping control structure, I will tell you later on what is the meaning of this looping control structure. Okay, let us finish this part first of all. If statement. Syntax means how you are going to write this statement in your program. You will write if in a small letters, then put a common bracket. Inside the common bracket you will put condition. And close the bracket. Then for if also we have opening and closing. And whatever you want to do, write down action. Write down that action or task what you want to do. Is it clear? This is the syntax of if statement. Let us understand its working. Let us understand its working process, how this statement executes. See, when this condition is going to be true, then only the control will get inside, and whatever the things you have written inside this if, it will execute. After executing, the control will come out. Okay. So when this part is going to execute, when your condition will be true, and if condition is false, so control will skip. It will directly come out. It will directly jump from here to here. What I mean to say that this statement will not execute. This statement is going to be skipped. Okay. So situation is that if this if condition is true, then you do it. Otherwise, skip, leave it. If that situation comes in your program, so we are going to use if statement. Okay. We will do program. Okay. Just let us understand its theoretical part. Okay. We are discussing only its theoretical part, and we will see in the program. Okay. So that is the meaning of if statement. Okay, let me repeat once again. So if condition is true, the control will get inside, and whatever the thing you have written inside this block, it will execute. That action will take place, and after that control will come out. But if condition is false, so it will directly come out without doing anything. Means that block will skip, that statement, that action will skip. It will leave. It won't do that action. It won't do that task. It will come out. Next statement. If else statement. Okay. If else statement. Syntax. If you have to write down if, put a common bracket. Inside the common bracket you have to put condition. We have opening and closing. Here I have written statement 1. It can be a single statement, or you can have so many statements. Statement means action or task. What do you want to do? Else. After if, after closing, you have to write down else. Just after if, you have to write down else. Statement 2. Semicolon. Okay. So this is the syntax of if else statement. Let us understand its working process, how they work. Here also very simple meaning. If condition is true, this block will execute. This block is executed. This is your true block actually. So when condition is true, this block will execute and the control will come out. And if condition is false, this block will execute. False block. Okay, have you understand? So one thing is very clear. One thing is very confirmed, that out of these two blocks, one has to execute. If condition is true, then this block will execute. Otherwise, this block will execute. Did you understand the working process of if-else statement? So, by this working process, what you have understand? In which situation you can use this if-else statement? Very simple, sir. Suppose if condition is true, do this action, and if condition is wrong, then do this one. Then do this one or do this action. Very simple. Okay. So out of these two, out of two action, I have to do any one action. I have to perform. I have to do one task. Any one task I have to do. Okay. If it is true, then do that task, and if it is false, otherwise do this task. So this is the situation. If comes in your program, then you use if else statement. If else statement. Let us take that example which I have just discussed with you. You write a program from the user and check whether that number is positive or negative. That is a situation where we can use if else statement. Let us do that program. Let us do that program. So my question is that write a program in Java. Write a program in Java to read a number from the user. To read a number from user, to ask a number, to accept a number. All these sentences are same only. Write a program in Java to read a number from user and check whether it is positive or negative. So how will you write the program? Class XYZ. Already in the previous class we have discussed. Whenever the question comes, write a program in Java. So generally what we do, we make the class XYZ, void main, and here you define one variable in A. And we have an opening. The variable in which user is going to give value. User is going to give value. Just imagine that user has given the value in A. What is your next step? Let me confirm whether this value A is positive or negative. Can you say directly, it is a positive number? Shall I write here it is a positive number? Or shall I write it is a negative number? Without checking, how can you say? Try to understand the situation. This is a situation. You cannot say anything here. You cannot say here anything until and unless checking. Unless and until you won't check. Is it clear? It means that here I have to take a decision. I have to take a decision. So what I am going to use? My question is that positive or negative. Two cases are there here. Two cases is there. If it is more than 0, positive, otherwise negative. It means that in this case I have to use if and else. What I am going to do, after taking value, immediately I will put a condition in. If A, the name of the variable in which the user has given the value, greater than 0. This is a relational operator. This is called relational operator. A is greater than 0. Imagine if condition is true. Okay, then we are sure that number is positive. So for if we have an opening, just remember all these things. Class having opening, function also having opening, if also having opening. So what should I write here inside? System dot out dot println. It is a positive number. Semicolon. It is a positive number. Is it clear? If condition is false, to make its counterpart also. Else, no need to put condition here. It is understood that if it is not more than 0, of course it will be less than 0. So here directly I am going to write here system dot out dot println. It is negative number. It is negative number. Anything else you want to do? Anything else? No sir. Okay. Close the main. Close the class. Close the main and close the class. So, first program we have done. Okay. Based on decision control structure. Based on decision control structure. Okay. You can note down this example. You can note down this example. Take one more example. Let us take one more example. Write a program in Java to read a number from user and check whether it is even number or not. Check whether it is even number or not. Check whether it is even number or not. So class XYZ void main int a, take one number from the user. Mathematically, how we say that a number is even or odd? By dividing that number by 2. If I get remainder 0, so we say that that number is even. Okay. So that concept, same concept only we have to use here also. Okay. Now problem is that which operator is there in Java through which I can get remainder. So already that operator we have discussed in the previous chapters. That is nothing but mod. What is the name of this operator? Mod, which is going to give you remainder. Okay. So what should I do? Take this number a, take the mod by 2, so that I can get a remainder. So that store that remainder in variable b. So define the variable here, b equal to 0. So you have stored a remainder in b. So remainder can be 0 or it cannot be 0. But one thing is very clear, if I get a remainder 0, it is 100% guarantee that number is even. But computer does not have any eye or that he can see in b I have got 0 or something like that. I have to check if b is equal to 0. Again, relational operator. Equality. I am checking equality. Do I have b 0? Or I am checking whether b is equal to 0. What is the b? Storing the remainder. I am checking is remainder is 0. If remainder is 0, but natural it is a even number. Just have opening and closing and write down here system.out.println even number. Okay. Any message you can give, no problem. It should not be as it is only even number. Even though you can say it is a even number. It is a even number. Okay. So I have written only even number only. No problem. Message you can display as you wish. If remainder is 0, if I get this condition is true, if this condition is true, it means that in B I have 0. 0 means remainder is 0. Remainder is 0. It is not necessary that always you will get remainder 0 only. So one thing is very clear. So make else system dot out dot println odd number, even number, or not, or you can say not even number. And close this main and close class. Okay. So these are the programs. These are the programs based on selection control structure. Selection control structure, you can say, or decision making statement. Decision making. See, this word is very clear. Decision making means you are going to make decision in the program. So for that we have a statement. For that we have a statements. Okay. So two statements today we have discussed. If statement, if else statement, and some program also we have done based on if else statement. Two more are there that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, we will move slowly. Okay, and this is the last chapter of the second semester also, and very important also. Okay. You can note down this program. Okay, let us stop here. We will continue. Okay, be careful and take precaution of yourself, and please always wash your hand. That is very important. Okay, that is only one way we can protect ourselves by okay, put the mask. Okay, but wash your hand also. That is very important. Okay, goodbye, and God bless you all.